Hey everybody. Hey everybody. Welcome to another episode of IC 109 podcast. I'm your host, Larry Wiggs, and I'm just going to share with you some thoughts. These are just some more ramblings of mine. So today in class, that's right, I'm in class. I'm a substitute teacher at a local high school. I'll save the name. Anyhow, I wanted to tell the story of 10-9, but there was so much pushback, and I didn't feel as if I had a good footing, and the students were just simply not interested. Too many other things were going on, too many other distractions. The one thing that I did communicate to the students is, I asked them to find on Google. I asked them to find the diameter of the sun and the distance between the sun and Earth. I made some mistakes when I described that initially. I told them to find the diameter of the Earth and the distance between Earth and the sun. But I was mistaken. I should have asked for the diameter of the sun and the distance between Earth and the sun. Long story short, if you take the distance between the sun and Earth and divide it by the diameter of the sun, the answer you'll get is 108, at least most of the time. And so I wanted to tell them that I wanted to say, as above, so below. If it's important in the skies, in the heavens, it's important on Earth. And I guess I tried to communicate this to two different classes, and one class was pretty much, I didn't really, I was able to tell them only a little bit, and then, wait a minute, no, my memory isn't serving me correctly. I only had one chance today. Only one class allowed me to get through just what I said. And that class, I did tell them also to do the same with the moon and Earth. I said, take the distance between the moon and the Earth and divide that by the diameter of the moon. And again, I told them you'd arrive at 108, but I didn't get to explain much else. And some of the students, went to Google, found those numbers, did the math, and they said, yeah, it's 108. But there was too much going on in the classroom to go any further than that. But I think what happened is I was very much, in my mind today. I was thinking, how do I share this information? I don't want to alarm them. I don't want to come off sounding too crazy, too whatever. I want it to be a very cool, casual, and accepted thing. And I even had one student who was just like, tell us what you see. Come on. But that was only one student, and it just and I didn't want to just come out and say, all right, this is what it is, because I guess I'm still working through what the heck I'm trying to communicate here, what the heck all these numbers mean. And so I relaxed. I wasn't gung-ho about it. I just relaxed, and I said, you know what, I'm just gonna try to figure it out on my own. So I sat at the desk, and then I started searching websites in order to better understand my subject. I thought I understood it. I've made a ton of videos about it, but I couldn't express it. I couldn't share it with the students. I couldn't really, and I didn't, and I certainly didn't think I could captivate their imagination with this story. But I did some more research today, and it reinforced what I understood, and I had to relearn my subject, this subject matter, and I discovered some things that, or rather, I know what I know, but there are some details that I needed, or there are some details that could help me tell this story that I was ignoring, neglecting. And so let me just give you one example. For instance, I was doing some research on this webpage, and they said that 3 times 6 times 6, 366, the number of days in a leap year, 366 days, multiply 3 times 6 times 6, and the product is 108 or 108. And I thought that was cool. There are a number of other mathematical equations to work out that would arrive at 108. And yeah, I'm not going to mention them now. I'm just going to hurry up and just say this very quickly. With regards to 366, 3 times 6 times 6, I was driving home today, and there was a truck passing in front of me, and that truck's license plate, the last 3 digits were 366. And I said, hey, 3 times 6 times 6 is 108. And I said, man, this is basically what I've been doing. Driving around, seeing signs, adding them up, multiplying them, having this whole mathematical, game or process, going on, looking at things. And it's very much based upon, my boredom, I guess. And, that's kind of what this whole thing, where it spawns from. I guess just boredom. Or maybe call it a peaceful mind and a restful mind, maybe. I don't know. I definitely don't see anything wrong with it. It's just something that just happens naturally, and these are moments that I notice. And then, there's no reason for anyone to be alarmed, and there's no way that someone can tell me that I'm wrong for coming up with the conclusions that I come up with. I mean, it is what it is, So I'll save the conclusions. I'm not trying to lead anyone to the water, so to speak. I'm not trying to lead horses to water. I'm just, expressing myself, talking about these things. So that's what happened today. I saw 366. 3 times 6 times 6 is 108. But wait a minute. This is the IC109 podcast. So what's the deal with talking about 108? Well, when I speak of these numbers, I'm always speaking from a place of humility, because the name of the podcast is IC109, but it's ensconced in the reality, or rather in the knowledge that 108 is that highly spiritual number. It's that number. That's the number, right? 109 is just the connector. The 109 just brings the information to you. And that's me. That's what I do. Bring this information to you. All right. So this has been another episode of the IC109 podcast. I'm your host, Larry Wiggs, and I want to thank you for listening. Have a nice day, and always remember to pray. Peace and blessings.